What do you want me to say? It's like a disease. I can't help myself. I was just at home, grabbed my phone, and I don't even know why. I opened the Laban Coin app, the app I've been meaning to delete from my phone for over 6 months now, but I just can't do it. And last night, I came across an ad for a ride that I just couldn't say no to. No, I shouldn't have bought it. I can't even tell you why I bought it. Lexus Grand Sedan, 400 not 430. For those who know, the car you see in front of you has two special features. The first is the mileage, as you saw. It's got quite a few miles on it. And the second is what the previous owners said about it. From my research, it's the only one in France. When you think about it, it makes sense. Importing a Grand Sedan 400 to France is pointless, since the car is from the United States, specifically California. But why is it pointless? Because here in Europe, we had the Grand Sedan 430 with the 3UZ, which is an excellent engine. So there's really no point in importing a car that already existed here, with, surprisingly, a smaller engine. Except this one ended up in France. And I'll tell you why this Grand Sedan 430 is here in France. Because it used to belong to a former Toyota engineer. Yeah, I was able to get the original suspension parts back, and this former Toyota engineer, he was American. And Toyota France absolutely wanted him to come work in France. The engineer said, okay, but on one condition. You bring me over, but with my car, and Toyota France said yes. They brought the guy in his Grand Sedan 400. That's why today it's in France, at my place in Vaucluse. Since then, it has had 3 owners. The car was found abandoned at a mechanic's, still with its first French plates. I'll show you a photo. It's abandoned, and I don't know why. Someone bought it, kept it for years, then sold it to another person, who later sold it again. That buyer then sold it to the person I bought it from, who also kept it for some time. In the 2 years since, some tuning was done and Japan racing parts were added. It got a custom exhaust system, which apparently is going to need a bit of work, because the 2 exhausts at the back aren't really lined up. And it also got 4 coilovers. I don't think this car was neglected in terms of maintenance, because otherwise, it wouldn't have reached this mileage. Today, the car has 377,000 and some change in miles, which makes 607,000 kilometers. That's huge. To this day, this is the highest mileage car I've bought. Even in my previous videos, if you haven't seen them, I had purchased a Mercedes E500 V8. Same thing, but with 500,000 kilometers, or honestly 600,000. I wouldn't have bought a car with that mileage if it was any other brand. But with a Lexus, it's barely broken in. Let me suggest we take a quick look around the car. As I mentioned, it's only been here for 30 minutes to an hour. I haven't checked it yet since it was fully frosted when we got it on a flatbed. I'll show you some photos. The car was completely frozen, so I couldn't check the bodywork. I trusted the previous owner, and I was able to talk with the owner before him, who told me that he had it repainted. Hood, bumpers, trunk, pretty cool. It's a shame, but there are a few small dents and bodywork flaws to fix. However, the hood looks fine. The fenders look okay, so obviously there's a small dent down here on the bumper as well. In general, though, I want to say the car is really okay. Let's take a quick look around. I'm swapping out the Japan racing wheels for different rims, maybe the 17-inch wagon ones since the 18s aren't on yet, or possibly the originals. Don't ask me. They're sold to Thiebaud for drift wheels. That's all these rims are good for, holding tires to beat up on the track. The front and rear braking systems are new, so I don't need to worry. The previous owner said he replaced the timing belt, but on the other hand, it's 5 years old now, so I'm going to redo it. I've already ordered all the parts. We're going to give it a major service, but obviously you can guess that if I'm showing it to you on video, it's because the car has problems, it doesn't run well, or I can't even drive it. Actually, yeah, otherwise it would be too easy. I'll come back to that later. Regarding the engine, I have to say the bodywork is quite clean. I'm pleasantly surprised. I believe there's usually a chrome strip here. If I recall, since I had a Grand Sedan 300, I drove daily for a year and a half. It was truly an amazing car. There's a small dent on the rear bumper, The roof, fenders, and trunk all look good. We noticed a minor alignment issue when we bought it, but honestly, it's just nitpicking. You see, look at the space between the trunk and the fender and here, which is much smaller. So yes, maybe a tiny adjustment is needed to the exhaust line. It's pretty good here, but it sticks up a bit there. I don't know why, so we'll have to check. It's a custom-made exhaust line with 2 Simons at the back. And the little toe ring back there, it's going to be removed right away. And on this side, it's generally okay. There's a tiny little blemish here, nothing at all that we can't get rid of with some polish. Maybe the wheel arches need to be redone. Yes, because it obviously had an extreme lowering, where they folded the edge of the fender and obviously the paint shifted and it rusted. It's just simple logic, really, so it's the same thing here. I might have the body shop redo it, but I'm not sure. I'll decide what's worth fixing. Otherwise, everything else is fine. No big dents, nothing major, and the front fenders look good. I'm satisfied with the car's condition. Finally got one that doesn't need major bodywork, which makes me happy. Yeah, the front bumper will need replacing since it's dented too. The headlights too, they're completely dull, so we'll fix them and then we'll move on to the interior. The interior's the same. Normally, these interiors, after a certain mileage, actually age pretty badly. And here, for some reason, it's spotless outside, but inside it's still a mess. It hasn't been vacuumed since the car broke down and the previous owner left it. I'll make it spotless again, but surprisingly, the leather seats, the armrest that usually gets holes after a while, and the driver's seat, the seat cushion here is a little worn, but nothing serious, are in pretty good condition. Normally, that tears pretty quickly, and the back is the same. It needs to be emptied and cleaned, but everything is surprisingly super clean. I'm really impressed. I expected it to be in worse shape, but it's actually fine. That's also a big benefit of Japanese cars. The roof seats on these cars never move, so that's a big advantage. They'll never fall down. I'll show you the gauges with the mileage. So here's the mileage. 377,037 miles. The speedometer's on the outside in miles, and the inside is in km/h. Obviously, it's the United States version. And the problem with this car, I don't know if you'll hear it. I'll start it up and you'll quickly understand. First, there's the flywheel. I don't think we're going to hear it. Well, it's actually running on 7 cylinders. Oh, the glasses can handle it. Actually, the previous owner didn't really know what happened, but one of the coils caught fire. It's pretty strange. I've never heard of that, but it's not a joke. Look, it really caught fire. I mean, I don't know if you can see it well, but it burned. I don't know how something like that can happen. So, the spark plug inside was really nasty. And unfortunately for him, he's not a mechanic at all. He already spent enough money on it and decided to stop there. Actually, I think that was the last straw. He decided to get rid of the car, and that's when I came in. So under the hood, there's a 1UZV VTI V8 4 liters, making 300 horsepower. Normally, it works fine in a Lexus LS, so I'm not worried about it in a Grand Sedan. We'll do some mechanical work and maintenance on this V8. So, like I was saying, I've already ordered quite a few parts to get it back in good shape. Because, well, 600,000 kilometers, that's starting to require some very special maintenance. You'll need to buy some items, so we'll do the timing belt, water pump, coolant flush, engine oil and transmission fluid changes, and service the automatic transmission. We're going to take a look at the condition it's in. There's no more fluid left. 2 power steering systems have little left. We're aiming to give this car a new lease on life. I love doing this, so whether it's the looks or the mechanics, it's all the same to me. I don't know what this thing is. I've never seen it before. I don't know what it is. I'll take a look. I wonder if normally it's not supposed to be more like this. Let's put this on the lift since I haven't seen it up yet. Like I said, I haven't checked out the whole car. First, I'll start with something simple. If you know me, you know I love giving my car a thorough cleaning. It's minus 8,000 degrees. I've never been so geared up to work on cars. I've got 4 layers on. T-shirt, sweater, puffer jacket. It's 1 degree and it's 2:08 post-meridian. My parts from the United States arrived. Soon I'll see if the deal was good or bad. Well, you get the idea. The car, on the other hand, is completely cleaned, totally like new. I redid the entire interior, the plastics, fabrics, carpets, even the steering wheel. It's all brand new. I cleaned everything, so I'll just do a second pass on the back. Here, the kind of big black stain that was there under the mat. Maybe I'll go over it a second time, but overall, the interior's like new. Because if you've been following, there's the big one parked out front and the big one broke down. The fuel pump gave out on me. If you didn't know, you should follow me on Instagram. I share daily mechanical experiences that don't need a full video. Oh, I thought that hose was really nasty. I'm gonna put something there to avoid getting it on myself. I moved the car because the sun wasn't too cooperative. It's true, it's weird. We saw this white powder all over the engine when we came to buy it, like it was hit with a fire extinguisher or something. Anyway, let's go. It's true that the wiring itself didn't get damaged. I'm going to put it back. Actually, I'm not going to put anything back. I'm going to change it. Wow, I wanted to change the spark plugs, but there's more to disassemble on that side. I'll start with the spark plugs on this side. We're going to start it up to see if that's where the problem is, and then, off camera, I'll change the spark plugs on the left side of the V8. So first, what have I planned for this car? First, I have all the filters. Air filter, cabin filter, this is the transmission filter. Cabin filter, here it is. Oil filter, the ignition coil is here. The spark plugs. I treated myself and got some AC Delco parts, like the AC Delco filter. This isn't sponsored, I'm just sharing. But basically, it's the brand that all Americans swear by. I don't know what it is, it's like they have a cult for this brand. They say that if you want to change a part, like on the Yukon, I've dealt with it often. You either get General Motors or AC Delco, nothing else. It's true. I got spark plug wires. I got quite a few things for the Yukon, and it seems to be a really big quality brand. And I swear, Americans swear by this brand. It's crazy. I'm following the trend and treated myself. Timing belt kit with the water pump from Asen, of course. We're sticking with original parts. And well, that should normally do the job. All right, let's start with the spark plugs. So I'm going to put on some gloves. But I'm only doing this because it's cold. It's really starting to get chilly. So definitely don't do this at home. And it's scary to see how tight the spark plug was and how hard it was for me to loosen it. It makes me a bit nervous for what's next. Wow. Oh yeah. Okay, look at the spark plugs. Really black, and I'd even say corroded. I don't know about this. I'm going to put some copper grease on it. That'll prevent what just happened from happening again. I'll be traumatized. Honestly, I wouldn't wish that on myself. But if one of them breaks during removal, they're really disgusting. That will stop it from being forced next time it's removed. This one. It's the one that was in the spark plug that caught fire. The little thing up top is completely gone. Yeah, I don't understand how something like that can happen. All right, we're just a few minutes away from the truth. I'm going to start it up. I did the first one just to say I did it, but now I'm really going to fire it up. Obviously with the new coil. I can't even tell you how cold my hands are. All right, we're good. Let's go. Will we get all 8 cylinders back? On time? It has 8 cylinders. That's cool. On the other hand, that's cool. That means, technically, tonight I can drive it. Come on, I'll spare you that. I'll do the other 6 spark plugs off camera and get back to you when it's done. I wanted to do them quietly off camera. I put on some music, moved the car into the sun and everything. There. I just found something crazy on the third one, actually, but I don't know what happened in this car. First, I took out the third coil, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's all porous actually, like it got really, really hot. The spark plug, for starters, wasn't tightened at all, and the inside of the spark plug well is filled with black soot. I don't know why, and I just found this, like, I went in with my magnet to look for the spark plug, and I just found this. Look, it's the tip of the spark plug again. I can't recall the word, but I don't know the spark plug's condition until I remove it. It's scary. I'll show you when I take it out. But what kind of mess is this? Look at the condition of the spark plug. What on earth could have happened? And obviously, the little piece is missing, right? It's bad, it's busted, it's totally busted. I think I'm gonna have a lot of maintenance work to do on this car. I feel like it hasn't had any in quite a while. There was clearly a problem, and I'm upset. I didn't mention it earlier in the video because I wanted to be sure first. You might hear it in other clips too. There was a noise from the top of the engine, and when my buddy and I bought the car, we figured it might just need a new lifter. It's coming from the top left of the block, but we weren't sure before. Now I know where it's from. There's a spark plug thread that's stripped. And actually, the knocking sound we were hearing, I guess it was the spark plug that was barely sitting in its well. And I think it was the compression that must have been passing through the spark plug. And that's why we could really hear it loudly. I'm crushed. I was on the 7th spark plug. Just 2 away from testing the car. Now it's over. Why do I love finding surprises like this? I need to call Thiebaud and explain my spark plug thread is stripped. So he has to come fix it here in the cold. I can't do it, don't know how, and don't want to make things worse. Here it is. I'm disgusted. I only had one left and was about to finish. And this spark plug, you can go at it as much as you want, you can screw it in as much as you want. Nothing happens, nothing at all. It doesn't catch. I'll check with the endoscopic camera, but I already know what to expect. A completely torn net, by the way. Damn, I don't know which one it was. I would have liked to see which one it was to check if we could see pieces of the net. I'm really disgusted. The last spark plug I changed was fine, but not this one. Only the 7th is left, so we're back to this cylinder. And what should have tipped me off is that the coil is already an aftermarket coil on the 7th cylinder. It's the 7th one I worked on, though I'm not sure if it's actually the 7th. These are usually Denso coils with Denso engraved on them. Toyota is the reference. There was absolutely nothing written on it, so that should have tipped me off like it was a bad sign. They clearly didn't tell me everything about this engine, and by the spark plug's condition, it's been a while. Well, now the hard part is going to be putting the car away while I wait for the helicoil kit to arrive, because I just checked. So you have to drill, tap, put in an insert, and then put the spark plug back in so it can be done. We'll remove the fuse box and battery immediately to make space. It's going to be bold, and now I'm going to order the kit so I can do that. So, the project is on hold for at least a week. We'll meet again 48 hours later. There it is, I've found a solution. I told you earlier that Thiebaud was going to take care of the mess behind me. Unfortunately, he's not the one who's coming. It's another friend of mine, a specialist in mechanics, whom you've already seen on the channel. He helped me with my chaser kit and restarted his E21, which had been down for years. Jeremy will be here soon, but why is he the one doing it? For the simple reason that I called him. The day I noticed this little problem, he told me, "Man, no worries. I have everything we need at home. I've already done it on a BMW. He told me I'll have to sign a waiver so I can't sue him if anything happens. Justice. But what he doesn't know is that, wait, so as I was saying, I have other arguments, and he doesn't necessarily know that. One thing's certain, if he slips up, he'll need to run fast. Are you happy?
I can see you're happy. I won't help you out of trouble again.
Always the go-to guy. I cleared space for him by removing the battery, fuses, and everything else from the side of the engine block, so he could have the best angle to get in. So, I told Jerem to bring his endoscopic camera so we could be 100% sure that's what's messed up. I'll try to film your phone's screen. It doesn't look easy.
But I can turn it.
Sure, go ahead. It's hard to see since we don't want to look inside the cylinder.
There?
You're inside the piston.
It's not marked, and there's nothing. And then As for the thread, it doesn't look that damaged. Your thread goes up.
Goes up, goes up.
There, that's the range.
Yeah, those must be the first nets that must be dead.
So there, it's hard to see.
Do we have a tarot for me?
I don't have a tarot for the diameter, because the only tarot I have is for it. For the helicoid, well, yes. In the small box, it's the tarot that matches the helicoid, so for the external thread, not the internal thread. Afterwards, the problem is that if we try to put the spark plug back inside, start screwing it in, and if I
wasn't able to screw it in.
it just spins in place.
Oh yeah, try it and you'll see. It just spins. I even tapped the back of the socket and tried copper grease, but nothing catches. Normally, the tool works. I tried with several, just so you know. I tried with the old ones, I tried with other spark plugs, I tried with this one. Nothing works. What do you want to try now?
We'll try to get it to catch, but the net still seems odd to me.
Yeah, it's not that sharp, you see. It's gross.
So, we're going to go try.
Normally, you'll quickly spin in the air. If you manage to spin there, man, I'll stop everything.
No,
But I'll stop right there, man.
I don't think it screws in.
I spent an hour on it, honestly.
No, it doesn't screw in.
For me, the thread is messed up because I'm telling you, when I took it out, there were little bits of metal shavings in the butcher shop's thread.
But anyway, come on.
It started there. For me, that's not good. Jerem will drill my cylinder head. We'll see what happens. You put the grease on the tap.
Yeah, to catch the metal shavings, since we're going to remove quite a lot of shavings.
Do you use the tap drill first or drill and then tap?
No, the tap drills.
Ah, so there's no drill bit, right?
It's the tap that drills.
Okay, I didn't understand at first, but I thought a big drill bit made the hole. Then you use the tap. And if unfortunately you don't drill straight, what happens? Actually,
Drill as straight as possible, or the plug will be crooked and not watertight.
well, yes, that's it. That's my question. Especially if you don't drill straight and you put the plug in, what happens? And yes, indeed, the seal will be less watertight.
So on top of that, since the spark plug well is far away, it's hard to see what you're doing, so you have to try to keep it as straight as possible. And you see, gently take it by hand at first, if possible.
I'm not going to ask you any questions. I'll leave you alone, I think. I'll let you concentrate. So show me. Oh, yes, still, just the hand. Yes, you don't have a choice. You must stick with it.
Yes, you have to stick with the hand. Oh no, you definitely don't do that with the machine, yes.
You'll ruin it.
Yes, no, you'll break it that way. We'll remove the mesh's first part, add grease, and then we can go further. Because we're not at the level of the height of the insert.
Okay, go ahead. Anyway, I'll let you do it. Take your time.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm fixing something that was broken in the intake duct. I'll plug the hole there since I can't put my insert in. I'm adding an insert here to reattach a hose. Anyway, what matters most is what Jeremy is doing.
So, at the spark plug, we're going to have to use a shorter insert than the spark plug thread. Because the problem is that on this engine, at the end of the thread, it becomes conical. Yes, and actually the tap, since it's not threaded all the way to the beginning, this whole part doesn't go all the way into the cylinder, so I couldn't tap this whole lower part. So if we put an insert, as long as the spark plug thread, I'm afraid that since it's not tapped, it might get stuck, and that it won't be seated properly, and that it just won't work at all.
And that the spark plug won't reach far enough into the cylinder.
So we're going to try with a short one, and we'll coat it with thread locker.
Yes, that definitely secures it.
Strong thread locker.
It can't come loose. When I need to change the spark plugs again,
However, we'll try to put it only on the insert.
yeah, using that thread locker on the spark plug is dumb since it retains heat.
Yeah, but anyway, it ends up spreading everywhere. We'll make sure it doesn't fall, then go for it. Easy.
No kidding. There, it's screwing in. It's good. It's screwed in, okay?
Now I need to lock the spark plug. We'll do it gradually.
Now we need to tighten it to 25 and... No rush, take your time.
Go to 15.
You're going up little by little, that's it.
Yes, we're at 15 now.
That's it, we're good now.
Yes, we're at 25 now. And it pops.
Okay, perfect.
I'll still take a quick look with the camera to check.
Yeah, to see how things are going.
If I can see whether I'm in range or not, I'm not sure, but can I see anything? Absolutely nothing at all. Alright, let's go. I'm ready if anything happens.
We can already see that you're more or less screwed in at the bottom, although it looks like it's making contact.
We can see that it looks straight, especially there.
We can start now. When I started it, there was a loud noise, like a rod up top, and compression was escaping through a hole. We'll hear it soon.
No, we can start it now.
Well, listen.
Just need to wind up the reel, the battery, and then we can start. The Loctite, anyway, it's going to dry. It's tightened to the right torque, so the Loctite will dry. It dries pretty quickly, and with the heat,
It's going to speed it up.
Oh, yes, it's going to dry. Yeah.
Well, let's test it.
And that's it. Let's give it a try. We're going for a test.
This might be the first time it's going to run on 8 cylinders without making any noise. Let's see.
We'll see. Alright, go. That's not the candle, that's not it.
That's Ponson. The sound's on the left, right? Where is it for you now? Down below? No.